Taking place in Middle Country, the story finds the peaceful kingdom of Parro suddenly attacked by the Mongol army that storms the royal palace and slaughters the king and queen. But, thanks to the royal steward, he manages to sneak their children, the twins Remus and Rinda, into a chamber that teleports them away from danger. Now, hunted by the Mongol out of fear that they would one day reclaim Parros, the twins find themselves in danger. They end up in some forest, and the Mongols are quick to try and track them down. Because Remus is being a complaining wuss, the Mongols catch up and catch him. The struggle with Rinda and the commotion wake up a sleeping leopard guy. He beats the crap out of the soldiers. His punches are so strong that they fly away. Once there are no more soldiers to vent his frustration, he starts writhing in pain. Remus wants to get out, but Rinda needs to do something to help their savior. She touches him and finds his body temperature high. After letting him drink some water, he feels better. They ask about him. He is Guan, and he thinks he came from Aura. He doesn't remember anything or why he was here. He doesn't even know why he is wearing this leopard mask or why he just fought the Mongols. Whenever Rinda mentions Guan's name, she feels something flow through her. Remus discloses that they are considered the twin pearls of Parros. Rinda is a prophet and is destined to be a sorcerer, while Remus would be the ruler. Suddenly, they are attacked by ghouls who possess the bodies of the dead Mongol soldiers. Guin tries to fend them off, but they keep regenerating. He tells the kids to keep the fire lit, but it soon rains. They finally escaped by diving into the river, and they managed to swim out alive to a better place. Guin decided his goal was to find out about himself. Now they are confronted with the Mongol soldiers. They believe they are the Parros twins and will bring them to see their master at Staphylos. Guan wants to deal with them, but Rinda doesn't think he can handle such a large group and wants them to release Guan, who has nothing to do with this. Guan sees a coin vision that messes with his mind. He agrees to be captured as long as they treat the kids properly. Along the way, Rinda tells Guan about Gora, one of the 3 powerful realms of the Middle Kingdom. They always envied the rich and advanced Parros, so they sent one of their allies, the Mongols, to invade Parros. Parros, being accustomed to peace, wasn't even prepared for the ambush. Outside the castle, Rinda sees visions of noxious gas and refuses to go in, but eventually they are made to go see Vanon, the Black Count. He wants to know about Parros' secret, especially how the twins ended up in a faraway forest in a day when it was supposed to take 10 days. Rinda is willing to die rather than live a humiliating life, so Vanon projects some scary magic, only to be diffused by Guan's roar. Vanon wants to see what power Guan has and throws him into the arena to fight a gray ape barehanded. Guan is able to stand his ground until Vanon throws a glass on the ground to distracting him. The monkey fights back and strangles him. Even so, Guan is able to break free and continue fighting. But he is still at a disadvantage. One of the guards, Oro, who sympathizes with Guan, throws him his sword. Guan uses it to finally kill the ape. Normally, Oro would have been put to death or thrown into a death match with Guan, but Vanon has a better idea. Guin's next opponent would be a mercenary in prison and on death row who insulted Vanon. He is the Crimson Mercenary, the Istvan spellsword of Valatia. Because Vanon suddenly doesn't feel good and leaves, the match is postponed until tomorrow. They are imprisoned, but Rinda is taken to a different cell, where she befriends this Monchechi girl, Suni of the Sem race. Istvan is imprisoned in the next block, next to Guan and Remus. A loose block allows him to talk to them and demand their blanket so he can make a rope for himself and escape. Guan asks if he knows what Aura is. Istvan believes it sounds like the name of a woman. The alarm has been sounded. The Sem race is ambushing the place. After Istvan escapes on his own, Oro comes to free Guan and returns his sword. He believes the leopard guy can't die in this place. As Oro is going to lead them to Rinda's cell, he is struck by some liquid by a stealth assassin. Guan fights and defeats him by just touching his chest. In Oro's last breath, he laments that he was on his last lap of service and would have returned to his home, Taurus. If Guan ever goes there, he can seek help from his father, who is a great man. Guan calls Oro a brave warrior. Rinda learns that the attacking Sems are not here to rescue her. They are from a different tribe. The Raku and Karoi tribes are enemies. They are here to exact revenge on their captured comrades. Rinda and Suni are brought before Vanon, who wants to feast on their blood. He doesn't care if this place falls apart since he considers his own existence a curse and will disgrace the gods of this kingdom. Just in time, Guan arrives in time to deduce Vanon's true form. He is a ghost and feeds on the blood of others to prolong his life. Guan easily defeats him by lighting his sword on fire and throwing it at him. With the tower on fire, there is no way to escape but to jump down. Everyone holds on to Guin as he dives deep into the abyss, and there's a river to cushion that long drop. Istvan helps pick them up from the river. He assures them he is on their side because the Mongols are also after him. The plan now is to find some rafts from the castle and ride down the Kes River. It is dangerous as it contains monsters and serves as the border between the human and demon realm, Nosferas. After that, they will book a passage on a trans-sea merchant ship. Riding down the river, Guan is able to fend off the monsters trying to take a bite out of their raft. Rinda learns that Istvan is looking for the Princess of Light from the legends. He thinks Rinda is it, but Rinda asked what will he do once he finds her. It is believed she will bring him fortune. Lady Amnes, the representative of Archduke Vlad, enters the castle of Count Rickard. She tells him she saw a strange party floating down a raft on the Kes River. She has sent her men to meet them. Since riding the river at night will be dangerous, they need to camp on land. But here are the Mongol soldiers greeting them. They won't stop, so the soldiers start shooting. Suddenly, a monster appeared and attacked them. Guan tries to fend them off, but ultimately, their raft breaks. Luckily, they manage to get on shore, but on the side of Nosferas. Amnes is furious at her men's failure. She will personally take charge of a new troop to head there and chase them down. She is not afraid of Nosferas, explaining the recent attack on Parro was her father's sole decision to prevent some kingdoms from forming allies to attack Mongol, which is why Nosferas is needed as their defense. Istvan is thinking of a change in plans. Their raft is destroyed, and they can't walk through Nosferas without supplies. Guan translates Suni's words, saying that she intends to bring them to her Raku village as thanks for saving her life. Then they can show them anywhere they want to go. Later, Rinda suddenly receives a vision that something will happen to Istvan, the man who summons a great calamity. When the lion star rises victorious, it will be bright enough to vanquish your own star of misfortune from the sky. Then you will find a peace. Meanwhile, Amnes tries to cross the river, but the monsters keep getting in her way. She is soon joined by Lord Maris, who has been instructed by Lord Razan to be her reinforcement. Back to the Guan's group, when Guan saves Istvan from a demon, it reminds him of Randok, though he doesn't know what it is. Istvan thinks he might. During his travels as a pirate, he saw a ship with a beautiful lady statue bearing that name. Maris informs Amnes that he has located the twins, but first wants to check out Guan's strength. So when dawn breaks, he charges in to fight Guan, who tells the twins to run. The power fight is evenly matched but soon interrupted when Reagan puts a stop to it. His troops have captured the twins. They are taken back to camp to see Amnes, who questions Guan's existence. The way Guan answers and mocks her makes her angry, though Maris believes it is just a distraction to hide a secret. Amnes will bring them back to Avalon Keep for further interrogation. Istvan has been following them from the shadows as the trio are made to trek on foot the entire way to the next base. While resting outside, they see a beautiful cluster of stars in the sky. Legend has it that they are angels' hair, wandering souls of the dead. Then there is some polar star that is used to lead voyages, called the Star of the Gods. Also, the Eye of Jarn, the Star of Dawn, is the god of fate who reigns over the land. Istvan unleashes some sandworms to attack the camp while he saves Guan and the twins. Maris realizes it is a distraction to free the prisoners. Astrias offers to chase after them. The twins apologize to Istvan for calling him a traitor before. Istvan says he is doing this for his own reasons. A prophet once told him he would be king of a kingdom and that the Princess of Light would bestow on him that followed by darkness. Astrias and his red knights quickly caught up. Istvan suggests hiding. Guan somehow knows there is a village of the Raku tribe ahead and wants to meet there. Guan turns back to fight the red knights, but Suni returns with her Raku tribe to help even the odds. Istvan also returns to face Astrias. However, Istvan lost, but with Guan intervening and defeating Astrias, he spares his life but warns not to pursue further in Nosferas. Astrias orders his troops to retreat. Following them for a bit, Guan and Istvan are shocked to witness a sizable Mongol reinforcement consisting of 15,000 soldiers. After that, Guan and Istvan reunite with the twins in the village. They are met with Lodo, head of the Raku tribe. He welcomes them to the village and thanks them for saving Suni, his granddaughter. However, Guan wants them to gather all the Sem tribes here now. After the Karoi and Subai tribes gather, Guan tells of the 15,000 Mongol troops and he wants them to fight. Some feel they stand no chance and want to flee. But where to? That is why Guan wants them to unite. But even their numbers will be at most 5,000. Meanwhile, Amnes gathers the leaders of the troops in her tent to tell them of their mission. This mission that requires so many troops is because they are going to find this Valley of Death that the Sems call Gur-Nu and erect a keep loyal to Mongol in it. She has a valid reason for it as she introduces them to Karmal, the only sorcerer who has crossed the Badlands of Nosferus and returned alive. He explains that during one of his journeys, he encountered a land with strange gases. He approached its source, and when he touched it, it turned into some living dead. Thus, Amnes wants to unravel Gurnu's mystery and make it their own. This will allow them to dominate the world. Morris is skeptical, but Amnes will hear no more of it. He fears and knows men can be easily controlled by outside forces. The Sems give Guin a sword and armor to fight with. Then they all rallied before their supreme commander. The first wave of Sems attacks, but the Mongols are ready for them. Soon the Sems will retreat. Morris believes it is a surprise attack to lure them into being attacked by the main force. Guin's next plan is to have Istvan dress up as a soldier of Mongol and lie about the number of Sems. So when a report comes in that a large number of Sems are coming their way, Amnes orders her troops to stand and fight and assigns her men to all positions to counter the Sems. Another round of fighting has begun, with Guan now entering the fight. Astrias is so bent on proving himself to Amnes that he leaves his post to fight Guan. After many repeated calls, Guan just knocks him off his horse with a tackle. He even tells Astrias he is not strong enough to fight him. Come back in 20 years. After Guan signals the Sems to retreat, he is faced by Morris. He easily steals his weapon after wounding his chest. Then he throws his weapon, almost hitting Amnes and scaring him. She just screamed like a little girl in front of her troops. Anger soon takes over as she orders her troops to go after them. Morris tries to reason with her about the odd strategy of the Sems. If they're trying to shake them off, they're taking too long. If they're trying to fight them, they're retreating too early. Amnes is blinded by rage and brushes him off. When the Mongols are in the valley, Guan signals to the Sems to release the Ido. This liquid monster devours and absorbs all those in its path. There are lots of Mongol casualties, with Reagan being the top casualty. Even Astrias is crying for him right now. The Mongols manage to retreat. Amnes learns more about this Ido creature. The only way to destroy it is by fire. She has her troops gather coal, and then warns Astrias that if he fails again, she will strip him of his captaincy. No rest for the Mongols as the Sems continue their ambush attack, and the Ido is back too. Then Guin showed his face to Amnes. Amnes changes her strategy from finding Gurnu to the extermination of Sems. Meanwhile, Istvan kills a guard and takes his place. Under the name of Eru, he goes to talk to Morris that he may know something about Guan. Something about a man named Gandalf challenged a large man wearing a black hood. When Gandalf refused, the hooded guy whispered something that left Gandalf in fear. The hooded guy then disappeared. Istvan saves Morris from a poisoned Sem arrow. Morris is impressed and wants him transferred to his platoon, just as planned. Another reason Morris easily does this is because Istvan closely resembles his son. When Guan receives a message from Istvan that all preparations are done, he tells the Sems that they need to hold out for 4 days while he is gone. He is going to seek an alliance with the savage giants known as Lagans. Believe in him and wait for his return, for he never fails. Along the way, Guan could hear a woman's voice calling him. He then falls asleep and finds himself in a strange world. He wants to use a coin to decide but sees a rune letters on it that say he will become king. As he treks on, a voice tells him 3 women will help guide his path. When he meets them, be himself. Guan thought he saw one of them, and when he tried to touch her, he felt excruciating pain. He wakes up with his horse gone but near the supposed place. Along the way, he is confronted by a pack of desert wolves, but their leader howls for them to retreat. Then he guides Guan to wherever he needs to go. At the Salt Mountains, Guan finds a strange crystal and keeps it. The wolf then part ways, and as Guan continues his journey, he is stopped by a Lagan. Meanwhile, Istvan manages to convince Morris to recommend him to be part of Amnes' advanced troops to fight the Sems. Her army is now prepared for the showdown. Guan wakes up in a dungeon cave. A Lagan girl, Rana, feeds him and talks to him. Lagans thinks he is an evil spirit. Learning that the Lagans are guided by Daudu the hero and Ka the Weissman, Guan wants to challenge Daudu and claims he is stronger than him. Guan is brought before them, and Guan is interrogated about his origins. They believe that because he doesn't have memories of where he came from, he must be an evil spirit trying to get revenge on them. Then Guan claims he was sent from heaven to guide them. They call his story BS since they don't know of the god of whom he speaks. They now think he is a thief who is out to steal their salt. Guan proves he isn't because he didn't resist arrest. Everyone calls for his death when Rana speaks up about his fight with Daudu. She wonders why he wouldn't fight Guan, despite being smaller. Guan says so because he is scared. This angers Daudu, as Guan continues to say that the fact that he wants his elimination without justification is proof. And so Daudu challenges him. If Daudu wins, Guan will be killed. If, by any chance, Guan wins, he will be recognized as the messenger of Akira. The fight begins, and it looks like Daodu is stronger than him. Guan is about to be crushed when the strange crystal gives off a bright light. The Lagans recognize it as Akira, so now Guan is showing off his power with this crystal. Meanwhile, the Mongols are fighting with the Sems. Istvan tells Morris and his platoon that he has found the Sems village. When they head there, it is empty. They realize it is a trap when they drop rocks and oil. Morris is mad to learn Istvan is siding with the Sems. He is burned alive as he curses and condemns Istvan. Too bad Istvan tells him to curse Guin. This was his idea. With Ka recognizing Guin as Akira, the Lagans will go wherever he leads them, fight the enemies he fights, and befriend the friends he has. Guin tells them to fight for Nosferus and drive out the evil that greedily seeks their land. He thanks Rana for giving him a chance, but the problem now is to lead the reinforcements back to Sem in a day. Meanwhile, Amnes cannot believe Morris is dead. A survivor tells them that a traitor was among them and Morris left a scar on his ear. Astrias wants to redeem himself and find this guy. Amazingly, he finds the Sems hideout and reports back. Amnes will use this chance to eliminate them once and for all. So as they quietly surround the area, Istvan isn't asleep as he spots the incoming Mongols. He then goes to warn Rinda to warn the rest while he goes back to recon. When Astrias realizes the Sems are getting restless, and their presence might be discovered, he reports back to Amnes, who then orders a full attack. Istvan, in reality, is running away. He doesn't want to do this, but he can't risk letting the Mongols know his face if he is to become the future king. The raging battle carries on. The Sems try to use smoke screens to escape, but Astrias cuts them off. Soon he tries to save Rinda by attacking Astrias. He swung his sword and missed, but soon he fell into the abyss. Istvan returns to fight Astrias. Though Astrias recognizes him, he does a dirty trick to escape since Istvan outmatches him. The ground rumbles. It is Guan. He is leading the Lagans to battle. They might be few in number, but a single punch can send many flying far away. The Mongols want Amnes to give the retreat order, but she is stubborn and wants to remain fighting. Then a few of her close aides got killed. Even Karmal just pushed him off the cliff in his carriage, and he turns to dust. Finally, Astrias orders the retreat as the Mongols run away with their tails between their legs. Rinda is glad Guan is back. He explains that Lagans led him through some shortcuts, and that's how they made it back in time. If the Mongols return to attack, as long as Sems and Lagans join forces, they are no match for them. They want Guan to be their king, and he doesn't dismiss the idea since he likes Nosferus Desert. Amnes returns to her father. She reports her failure and will resign from her position as well as accept whatever punishment is imposed. However, he doesn't mind all that and has something more important. He wants her to try a few dresses as she prepares to get married. She agrees without hesitation, but suggests putting a few commanders in charge for Nosferus. One of them is Astrias. Back in her room, Amnes is frustrated with everything. Her little brother, Miail, is worried she is being married off and blames himself. She tells him not to worry, as she is just fed up with things, especially how Guan told her to wear a dress and slay men in the ballroom. Guan talks to the elders of the Sems and Lagans. He plans to leave this place to find his identity and destiny. Meanwhile, at the gates of Crystal, once a city of Parros but now under Mongol control, a merchant named Vanon is seeking approval to get in to open his store. But the guards are suspicious, as they are on the lookout for Parro's prince, Aldo Naris, who is still alive. The guard inspects his carriage to find beautiful women as his maids. One of them, Regir Runan's daughter, decides to flirt with the guard, which allows him to enter through. One of the maids is, in fact, Naris in disguise. They will not let Regir's effort go in vain. Daodu challenges Guan to a fight since he won't let the Lagans follow him wherever he goes. Guan's strength surpasses him. Guan promises to return and hopes they will wait for him. Naris is seeking refuge in a minister's house, but a traitor has leaked information that he is here. He will leave and seek refuge elsewhere, but the minister's daughter, Sarah, refuses to let him leave. She is willing to sacrifice her captive father and herself, so she's threatening to kill him too. When he went to carriage, she even called the Mongols to surround and capture him. Naris is forced to surrender as the captain of this quad. Carthron greets him. Carthron tortures Naris in an attempt to make him reveal the secret of using a Parro's machine that can send anybody anywhere. Naris keeps his mouth shut while trying to provoke Carthron into thinking that he can't report this to anybody because General Terran will usurp his credits. Here comes Terran to admonish Carthron. He has his men release Naris and treat him as Mongol's guest of honor. Naris notes their friction and will someday use it to his advantage. Meanwhile, Astrias has some serious issues. He is distraught that Amnes is leaving and will belong to another man. He is going to disobey all orders and save her. Meanwhile, the Gull tribe of the prairies, Prince Scarl, with Lifa. He is going with Beck to save Norris. Then there is a report that the rival Kolos tribe has joined the Mongol side. Remus is sinking into his lonely loser feeling again when he starts seeing a vision of a strange man. Terran tells Norris there will be a ball to introduce him to Mongol's princess. Norris would like to attend and knows this is Mongol's sly ploy to marry him off to Amnes and control Parros, as well as calming the people's uneasiness. Astrias plans to kidnap Amnes and believes she is in love with him. Then he meets a wandering minstrel, Marius, who seems to have the answer he is looking for regarding the man who will marry Amnes. He says the most likely is Norris. Astrias gets tricked when Marius knocks him out with some perfume. Marius' real identity is Aldine, Norris' younger brother. Norris attends the ball and reunites with Ronan. When Amnes meets Norris for the first time, she isn't impressed by how girly he looks. But when she looked at his whole face, she didn't realize he was this beautiful. As for Remus, he dreams of more strange visions. A strange tower with lights rising up to the sky. He thinks the vision is trying to tell him that it is something he himself can only do. Because of that, he will no longer be afraid. He has a sudden change in character, as though he has embraced his dark side and wants to see more of the vision. Arriving at the seaside town of Ross, to avoid gaining unwanted attention, Guan and the twins will wait outside while Istvan tries to secure lodging and a boat. In that night while waiting for Istvan, Guan has been thinking he will only bring unwanted chaos to the twins and wants to part ways. Rinda is against it, but when Remus thinks it is for the best, she slaps him. How can he say this to someone who has saved their lives countless times? She doesn't want Guan to leave their side, so Guan promises to be their knight until he delivers them to Argos. Norris works his charms on Amnes, like calling her the Princess of Light. He intends to show her the Parro's machine, so meet him there alone tonight. Astrias is taken to Marius' hideout, where he is interrogated about the twins' whereabouts. He doesn't know, but it leads to Marius knowing about Guan. He finds that leopard guy dangerous, and needs to save those twins. He sends his messenger to let Norris know. Norris gets that message just before he starts to show Amnes around. Norris explains that the origins of this tower are unknown, and Great Parro's magicians have created a barrier to protect it. That is why the Mongols were unable to find it. Even if they do, they can't operate it. Suddenly, Norris pushes her into the machine and threatens to send her to dangerous places. Amnes is screaming, crying, and begging to be released as he mocks the naive girl who doesn't know anything. She even admits she is afraid for him to be released. He warns her never to behave like this again because she killed her heart in the process. He had to resort to this so that she could open her heart. He wants her to submit to his true love, despite this being seen as a political marriage. And she threatens to kill all of Parros if he deceives her again. He shuts her up with a kiss. Istvan has gotten a boat but must leave by tonight since he heard Argos has declared war against Mongol. He also heard about Norris and Amnes' marriage. This shocks Rinda since she was supposed to be his fiancée. Remus, with that dark smirk, assures her that when he becomes king of Argos, Amnes will only become a lead successor like Beck. The gang tries to wait for Guan to board the ship. Thankfully, he joins them at the last minute as it departs. Rinda is not pleased that this is a pirate ship. When the captain comes in early to give him food and booze, Istvan knows it contains sleeping drugs. He tells the rest to pretend to eat it and then throw it away. That night, the pirates came in to kill them, thinking they were asleep. Guan and Istvan take the captain hostage. The second in command doesn't mind him getting killed since he will be the next captain. So the pirates attack, as Guan and Istvan fight back. The pirates unite upon seeing Guan's leopard head and believe he is some sort of curse. Guan is willing to get off this ship if the captain can promise the safe delivery of the twins. Suddenly, a ship of light swiftly passes by. Guan recognizes the word on it as Randok. When the ship disappears, so does Guan. Meanwhile, Astrias is outside the gates. He convinced the guards to let him pass without a special note. When he reveals his name, the guards now know he is a deserter and are about to attack when a mysterious sorcerer, Verlius, hypnotizes them to help Astrias go through. When the storm is over, Istvan finds the ship a mess. Unconscious Rinda is trapped underneath some wood. He needs her to drink water, but he transfers it via his mouth. And miraculously, she wakes up. The first thing she says is Guan's name. But the other pirates are okay too, so they are resuming their fight. Istvan does well until Rinda is taken hostage, although Istvan does a sneaky trick to get her back. But Remus pours oil over the pirates and threatens to burn them. He tells them it is better to cooperate with them than to die, and he makes them swear to that. Naris is delighted when Regia returns. She has gotten close to Carthron's right-hand man, Dallas, and managed to investigate the Mongols' movements. It is dangerous, but Regia swears her loyalty to him and will do anything to see him become king of Parros, because her wish is for him to be king instead. Amnes passes by Regia on her way out. Call it a woman's intuition that she isn't going to like her. She is already questioning Naris about this woman. Naris is as smooth as his charming words. She came all the way here to kiss him. It has been 10 days since Guan went missing. Rinda continues to believe in him. When an island is spotted, Istvan tells the twins they need to escape from this ship tonight. They are running out of food and water, as the pirates have been eating and drinking since they lost their captain. On the island, Rinda, despite still thinking about Guan, can't help but feel more attracted to Istvan. As they talk, she starts blaming herself for being powerless since she has nothing. Even if they reach Argos, she will still have to rely on their aunt, Queen Amnes. Istvan took advantage of this because he swore to protect her. She now wants to be with him, and they kiss. Meanwhile, Scarl wants to go save Beck from Kalos. He sees his brother Stark, the king, but he is talking to Yaru, a sorcerer who serves Naris. He is here to borrow their army. Scarl is not amused and doesn't want any part in this dirty tactic. He will not rely on the army but on the people of the plains to save Beck. They easily defeat the Kalos army and take over their fort. Meanwhile, Naris goes to see Amnes, asking to get married and if he loves her. Amnes has never loved another person, and he is the first, and he loved her more than anyone else in this world. After that, Ronan wants to know Naris' true intention, but it seems he is in love with Amnes for real. So if he truly cares for him, tell others to pray for their happiness. Back on the island, not only do Istvan and others think there is a monster living in a cave nearby, they also have to escape from the pirates who are on their tail. The plan now is to lure them to the monster and steal their ship. Istvan is overwhelmed when he tries to be a hero, but Guan returns. He jumps down and breaks the boulder in half. We are reminded how strong he is when his punches can send others flying away. The pirates are scared and flee. Rinda is glad to see him. Guan has no memory of how he came here. After that Randok incident, the next thing he knew, he was on this island. All the while, Remus has been checking out the cave, and instead of explaining what is inside, it is better they take a look for themselves. While trekking inside the cave, Guan gives advice to Remus about using his power wisely. They arrive at an abyss with a ball of light deep inside. While the rest can only see it as a ball of light, Rinda sees it as something else, something alive. It's like that thing that powers the Parro's machine. After she faints, the island starts shaking, and they flee to get out. But the pirates are back. Suddenly, a monster appeared and killed all the pirates. Guan and the others run. Rinda wakes up and tells Guan to let him down. She prays so they can get off in time. They see the mountain split and the ball of light emerging from it. Remus recognizes it from his dream, while Guan has seen something similar at Nosferus. Meanwhile, Vlad isn't happy that she has truly fallen for Naris, so he orders his men to kill Naris secretly after their wedding. Then he summons Miail. After Amnes gets married, he will be sent to Coronia, where he will get married to Sylvia, the daughter of Emperor Achiras. Because of that, he can't stop crying in his room. Marius enters a bar. The owner is Oro's father. Learning how sad he is for losing his son, he sings for him. Passing by is Eunice, Miail's attendant. He brings Marius to Miail to play and cheer him up. Guan and others have been drifting for days on the pirate's ship. Remus talks to Guan about a strange creature living in Nosferus. He plans to learn and control Parro's tower so he can rule the world. He is telling Guan all this because he views him as the key to these secrets and believes he comes from that world. A military ship is spotted. They are from Agra, and the kingdom should be acting very carefully regarding the war with Mongol. Istvan goes to signal for rescue. Miail is now very close to Marius. However, he is still very sad that he has to get married after her sister's wedding. Marius promises he will always be with him. That night, Marius is visited by Rorka, Naris' attendant. He brings orders from Naris for Marius to eliminate Miail and Vlad. Marius is against killing a child but is reminded that he is still a Mongol. So as Marius prepares to kill Miail, he thinks of killing himself after that. But when he hears Miail sleep talking, he changes his mind. He can't do it. Linas talks to Verlius about Remus still being alive. He is being told not to tell other Parro's retainers about it. Verlius deduces that even if Naris marries Amnes, Parro's throne still belongs to Remus. But if Vlad is assassinated, Naris will inherit Mongol's throne. And if, by then, Remus dies, everything will fall to Norris. Linus dismisses all that and says their loyalty is to neither rulers nor Parros. However, Verlius claims his loyalty is only to Linus since he saved him. Marius tells Rorca that there is no need to kill Miao because that kid will listen to what he says. Once he ascends the throne, it will be easy to manipulate him from the shadows. More romance from Norris and Amnes. She trusts and loves him so much that she drinks something without question before passing out. Then Norris meets a few shady, cloaked guys to put forth their plan. The day of the wedding is here. Astrias is really eager to kill Norris, but Verlius tells him not to rush. Because the royal family will be plated in armor for protection, they cannot be assassinated easily. Hence, this sword is laced with poison, and he will die with just a scratch on the arm. Amnes dresses up beautifully. The plaza is filled with people waiting to catch a glimpse of her riding through to the antechamber. The people of Crystal are protesting loudly, as they want to save Norris from this marriage. Norris stands up to address the crowd. He thanks them for loving him and trusting him. Everything he does is for the sake of Parros. That changed their minds, and now they are praising him as king of Parros. Meanwhile, Miao can't sleep, so Marius goes to get his loot. When he returns, he sees Rorca beside Miao. To his dismay, Miao is dead. Marius picked up the knife that killed him. Yunus walks in and sees this. He thinks Marius is the one who killed her, so he's going to kill him, but Marius uses the knife to kill Yunus in self-defense. Then the guards came in, but some black smoke engulfs him. The wedding is proceeding well, and Astrias is jealous that Amnes is all his. Verlius signals to Astrias, so he charges and stabs his sword into Norris. Amnes is horrified, but that dead look on Norris' face, it looks so fake. That's because he is still alive, and it was just a scratch. Astrias is apprehended and unmasked. Amnes is shocked to see him, and he is still ranting about saving her. Amnes wants him taken away forever. He is locked up in a prison, but a sorceress bails him out. Amnes' joy is short-lived since Norris is now dead from the poison. Amnes goes to her room crying, asking why Astrias did not kill him too. There'll be more tears to flow once she learns Mnile is also dead. Norris is still alive. Apparently, this was Lena's plan to fake his death. However, they were to use some sleeping drugs. Norris sensed somebody switched the poison and hence used a body double. With Mongol now thinking Norris is dead, he will move on to the next phase of his revenge plan. He is now a ghost and can move freely and stealthily in the darkness. Amnes leaves Crystal, vowing never to love again. Marius realizes Rorca saved him. He was under orders by Norris to do so, and he wants him to return to Crystal. However, he will not do that and departs on his journey to a faraway land. At Agria, the twins see the king. Remus requests to borrow a platoon of his army for their journey to Argos as well as their kingdom's relationship to remain friends. In exchange, the king wants him to marry his eldest daughter, Almina. Remus will only do so when he reclaims the throne of Parros. Meanwhile, Carthron rubbishes reports of seeing Norris' ghost. When he goes home, he is shocked to see this pretty but familiar woman. It's Norris. Norris wants him to defect from Mongol, as their fall is imminent. He explains that all his men are already preparing and heading to several places to gather the army. Knowing that his relationship with Terran isn't good, Norris believes that he will not report this. After all, he is dating Regia, and since she is from Parros and serving under Norris, Carthron will be deemed a spy. For now, Carthron does not need to do anything, and when the time comes, he will marry Regia and become the hero of Parros. That sounded good enough for him to take the bait. The twins have arrived at Argos. Emma and Stark are glad to see them. Remus wants to get down to business and reclaim Parros. He has them witness his claim as the legitimate king of Parros, and until then, he will not cut his hair. After that, Istvan takes Rinda across the plain to show her a mirage of a palace before sunset. After he shows her a beautiful mirage of the city, he tells her he won't follow her to Parros. He realized his status prevented him from speaking to her intimately. Rinda is willing to make him the prince or king once Parros returns to its feet. However, because Istvan is truly in love with her, he cannot use her power to become king. He must become that through his own power. So wait for him for 3 years, and he will come back and take her. He cuts his hair for her as a symbol of his pledge. And now for a goodbye kiss. The Agria army, on their way back, is being attacked and killed by a group of assassins who are seeking to find Guan. The Council of Maritime Provinces votes unanimously to send troops to stop the Mongol advance, as they fear they will be targeted. Istvan, staying at an inn owned by Milia, sees a guy running from soldiers and goes after him. The guy has been cornered by the soldiers. He tries to fight, but the soldier slashes him. Istvan shows up and saves him. So after he defeats them, The dying victim learns he is a mercenary and wants him to deliver a letter to Mongol. In exchange, he will be rewarded with anything. So he accepted the task. Carthron hears Terran addressing a few men about the gathering of Parro's reinforcements. Carthron realizes what Naris predicted has come true. Their plan is to crush the rebellion before it gathers steam. But leaving Crystal would mean leaving the place understaffed. Terran orders Carthron to go to Yuno for reinforcements. He rejects her, as he is in charge of ensuring Crystal's safety. Terran sends his other men to do the job. They suspect something amiss with Carthron's behavior, and believe he is trying to betray them. Remus will borrow and lead an army allied to Parro's to reclaim Crystal. But once they enter Crystal, Remus wants to be the only one to take it back because he is the king. Because of this, he orders Yaru that he cannot report to Naris anymore, for he is just a mere retainer. As Remus talks to Guan, they are being attacked by an assassin. Guan easily cuts him down. They notice from his crest that he is from Kidai. They wonder if Mongol has hired Kidai to hunt them. The next day, Stak and Amnesiac, the twins. Rinda feels sad that she just arrived at Argos and will now be returning to Parro's. She feels that eventually everyone will leave her and she will be alone. Istvan reads the letter and realizes this could change the fate of Mongol or Parro's. He wonders if he could use this to become Mongol's noble, but something feels off. Then he remembers. He killed Maris. He believes he can get a better offer elsewhere. So storms off in the middle of the night on a horse, and those soldiers, thinking he is a spy for Mongol, are hot on his tail. They even killed Milia, who sheltered him for being a traitor. The townspeople are starting to rebel against the Mongols. Rajir rallies the people to fight. With the Mongol soldiers at Crystal thinning out, this is a great chance to storm the place. The Mongol soldiers are clearly outnumbered, but the people don't have the skills or weapons. Before the complete slaughter of the Parro's people can take place, the Holy Knights of Parro's arrive to lend their assistance. The top knights unmask themselves as Regia and Naris. This boosts the people's morale. Carthron tries to lead Terran to escape when he mentions that the leader of the rebellion is Naris. But this only makes Terran suspicious that Naris is Carthron's backer. Terran escapes himself, so Carthron chases him down. Carthron realizes this is a setup because Terran's men corner him. They know he is a traitor and want him to give up. He tries to fight back, but gets killed. After Terran has fled to Yuno, Naris reclaims Crystal. He then has Regia summon a few students whom she brought for the rebellion. Among them is Ran, from whom Naris hears his thoughts about magic and science and his fascination with Parro's machine. After that, Naris informed Regia that Carthron was dead. She cried. Because of Carthron's betrayal, the people of Parro's rebelled. Meanwhile, Remus is frustrated that he is stuck in a skirmish with Kalos when he should be already taking Crystal. He orders his generals to come up with a better strategy and Rinda to divine a winning date. She tells him to wait before attacking, as the tide will turn in their favor soon, caused by a messenger from the north. That messenger soon arrives to inform us that the maritime provinces have allied and are being led by Borgo Valen to begin their attack on Mongols' base at Ras. Rorka is also here to deliver the message that Naris has taken Crystal. Then he hands him a personal message from Naris. Remus is surprised there is such an option. But if he takes it, he will lose his authority as king. He burns the letter and will decide what to do. Rorka, as instructed by Naris, is to assist Yaru. Remus believes Naris wants to observe his worth as king. Rinda talks to Guan because she is worried about Remus. Suddenly, a couple of assassins pop up. The assassin brothers attack Guan. But the little guy assassin boasts that he can't defeat them, so he uses a dagger on Guan, which he easily deflects, but the big guy uses this chance to grab his neck. Guan struggled and slashed him, and when the little assassins popped out, he slashed him too. Amnes is still mourning Miail. Vlad has been sick ever since his son's death. He wants Amnes to marry and bear a successor. However, she will not be a tool anymore. Then news came in that Crystal had fallen and Naris was alive and had set everything up. Amnes is confused, asking herself if she is happy that he is alive. She has gone crazy laughing. After that, Amnes is now serious. She cuts her hair so she can leave the woman inside her. What she hates the most isn't Naris betraying her, but the fact that she still loves him despite all that. Amnes goes to her father and wants to lead an army to suppress Parros and kill Naris. Vlad loves the vengeance look in her eyes and approves. Istvan hears Skarl telling his army that their plan is to subjugate Mongol's suppression army. If not, they will strike the heart of Mongol. Istvan is taken to see Naris. He gives him the letter. It reads that the maritime provinces will move to seal Ras, but in exchange, they are requesting the Mongol side kill Borgo Valen. Naris views this as a serious matter, and chooses to believe Istvan. Thanks to this, Parros will avoid being cut off from behind. Istvan also talks about Skarl. Then he wants Naris to hire him as his sword. At first, Naris wanted to put him in the Holy Knights, but he decided he would remain by his side. Terran's squad serves as the vanguard. However, his side loses when a few soldiers defect. It is Verlius and his sorcerers. They surround Terran and kill him with their magic. Amneli's main force comes to Skarl's side. They are about to fight when reports of Terran's death reach her. It's time to retreat. Amnelis is boiling with anger that this might all be part of Naris' scheme and that he won't face his hatred head-on. Naris, accompanied by Istvan, leads his men to Yuno, where he will join forces with Skarl and prepare for the final invasion of Mongol. Istvan tells Naris of his destiny to become king. Naris feels they both are the same because they are chasing their own ambitions. Istvan doesn't mind all the suffering and pain in his quest to become king. Remus seeks Guan's advice since he is in a dilemma. Naris wrote a letter to him to spread the word of Mongol's defeat. This will make Kalos worry, and that's where they'll go offer a peace talk in which they will most likely accept. It is a good plan, but by doing so, Remus fears he will be Naris' puppet. Guan advises him that being a great king doesn't necessarily mean doing everything on his own. So let his men accomplish all the achievements while he reaps the rewards. Suddenly an assassin attacks and takes Remus hostage. She is so confident of killing Guan that she reveals her employer's name, Sid. After Guan throws down his sword, another assassin tries to kill him from behind. Sunni shot poison darts at the assassin, freeing Remus. The other assassin is so slow that Guan is able to pick up his sword and stab him. Naris tells Istvan his ambition to become god. What he meant is to know the secrets of the world. For that he need godlike powers. Secondly, he needs a goddess by his side. And the closest thing to that is Rinda. Istvan is worried as he asks if they love each other. From Naris says, it's yes. So Istvan starts thinking and doesn't like one bit of it. While he struggles to become king, she might become Naris' wife. He decides to screw being a retainer. He is a demon soldier and will carve his own path. He will take Rinda by force. If she has become Naris' wife, he will kill him and take her. Naris even knows he has fled. Guan intends to go to Taurus alone. Since assassins are after his life, it will be dangerous to hang around them, and there is a possibility that Sid knows about his identity. Naris and Skarl's side meet. They discuss their army size as well as the enemies. It is decided to face Amnelis head-on at Same, where she is currently camping. But Same is close to Kumavgor and could be a problem since they are allied to Mongol. Naris tells to send a messenger to request troops to Parros instead. Meanwhile, Amnelis briefs her generals of the next battle. Learning Naris will attack at Same, she'll gladly take him on. But her sorcerer warns her the tide doesn't favor her, and should return to Taurus. However, she refuses to do so, seeing the enemy has come this far. Her decision stands. Guan says goodbye and gives his final advice to the kids. Then he goes galloping on his horse. After a war meeting, Vlad coughs violently and dies. Guan confronts Sid. The latter claims he knows Guan. He is the reincarnation of Dol, the reincarnation of evil that shall destroy the world. Guan wants to know his sins, but he is told to ask his own heart. Sid is claiming he is a hero who will slay evil. Sid uses his magic to paralyze Guan and then knock him out with a punch. Amnelis is ready for battle when she receives word of her father's death. She is torn about returning to Taurus since she really wants to fight Naris. However, she believes Naris will bring the fight to Taurus, and thus she decides to return. As Mongol retreats, they are blocked off by Kum. Surrounded, Amnelis orders them to barge through and return to Taurus. The odds are against them, and the only way is to surrender. Amnelis then sees Naris. Her blood is now boiling. She would have wanted to rush to fight him if Captain Lentz had knocked her out. After Mongol has surrendered, Taru, the Prince of Kum, seeks an audience with Naris. Guan is captured and held captive by Sid inside Taurus. Sid's plan isn't just to have Mongol destroyed, but to have every last man kill each other. Guan thinks his aim is the Parros machine. He is about to kill Guan, but the siege from Parros and Kum interrupted and freed Guan. Razan, who is in charge, is firm in his defense of the place, but when he learns Amnelis has been captured by Kum and all the other squadrons have surrendered to Parros, Kum, and the Maritime Alliance, they are forced to unconditionally surrender. Amnelis wakes up in a room in Kum. Her personal maid, Flory, explains what happened. Amnelis is sad. She lost her brother, her father, and now her country. She tries to search for something to kill herself with, but Kum has been careful not to leave any sharp things. Flory remains positive that things won't remain the same. Just like Parros. Amnelis says Parros had Naris. Mongol had none. Flory will always view Amnelis as her light. Amnes accepts reality. She needs to be stronger for Mongol and herself. Skarl talks to Admiral Cameron of one of the maritime provinces. He is going to Nosferus, as he saw from Vlad's room a book that states there is a weapon that could destroy the world. After Skarl leaves, Naris knows what Skarl is doing. He observed him shut himself in Vlad's room yesterday, and upon inspection, the log describing Amnes' exploits in Nosferus is missing. He wants to know Skarl's intention so he doesn't make enemies of him. Amnes is brought before the king of Kum, Tariu. He tells her that she will be put on trial. However, it will be a waste for her to be executed. He offers Kum help in rebuilding Mongol, but all their power will be handed over to Kum. Amnes knows they will become mere puppets, and will be disposed of once their purpose is served. She would rather go on trial and die as an apology to the people of Parros. Tariu is impressed, so he promises he won't kill her as long as Kum retains authority over Mongol. Amnes also knows Tariu has 3 unwed sons. Tariu will discuss this when Taru returns from Taurus. Remus guards capture Sid as a suspicious person. He digresses and explains that he was attacked by bandits, and a man with a leopard face saved him. He is now injured in the cave. Remus and Rinda would like to go see him, but they soon realize it is a trap set by Sid as he hypnotizes them. He is interested in the royals, who can only activate Parro's machine. Sid tries to enter Rinda's heart. She cries for Guan's help. Suddenly, someone attacks him, and it is Guan. Sid explains to them that these are the ruins of an old kingdom, Kana. One day, it was destroyed by a meteorite that was brought forth by Guan. The twins refuse to believe that, but Sid points out that danger has only befallen them since Guan joined them. Guan counters that by saying all he knows is that he is the root of evil. That is all. Guan might not know his past, but he knows he has been walking the path he believes in. Sid and Guan clash. Guan's Akira power gives him some reprieve. Sid then turns into his true monster form. He looks more evil than the evil he proclaims Guan to be. Sid might be stronger, but soon Guan will be able to turn the tables. Guan hears a voice from Nosferus telling him to head north. The place collapses, killing Sid. A ball of light like the one they saw from the island emerges and disappears. Naris notes Rinda, Remus, and Amnes have ventured into Nosferus and now Skarl. One day he too must go there. Istvan sees Guan and the others emerging unscathed from the ruins. He notes that he has finally found Guan. Remus finally returns to Crystal as Naris, and his team greet him. But Remus is jealous that the crowd chants for Naris more than him. Even more so, when they see the beautiful Rinda, they call her name. Rinda immediately runs to hug Naris. She wants to introduce him to Guan, who guided them through, but he is already gone. Meanwhile, Amnes has come to terms with an accepted reality. She blames herself for the fall of Mongol. Even though she was following her father's orders, this is the reason why she failed. She will now use this time to find what she has left, and she feels she can do anything. Remus sits by his dead parents' portrait, complaining how nobody called his name because of his previous wuss reputation. Guan stumbles into Istvan. The latter begs for his help, as he needs his powers in order to realize his dream. However, Guan cannot help him, even if he wants to. He is heading north and promises that once he finds his identity, he will come to help him. So the only way Istvan has left is to fight him. Guan warns him of the dangerous way he is living to achieve his ambition, and to only face him when he is stronger, since Istvan doesn't consider him his friend anymore. Istvan threw punches, but he got pummeled and flew far away. Meanwhile, Remus attends his coronation and trial to be king of Parros. Everything looks fine until horrified Rinda sees a dark figure possessing Remus. She tells Naris that Remus is wearing the blood-stained cloak of Karmal. Naris cannot see what is happening and doesn't know who it is. Remus is back on his dark side with that evil grin and is now officially king of Parros. Guan continues his lonely journey to find out who he really is. Thank you for watching till the end, and please don't forget to subscribe.